Okay, hey guys, Nandabala. There are two videos that I want to share with you. Number one is a video. Mkhwanazi has spoken about the fact that the thing that is happening to him is very painful. He's open up about it. There's a video where he speaks about the fact that why are people trying to find fault with Mkhwanazi? No, with him. So obviously, Mkhwanazi. So we'll talk more or a bit more about that. I want us to dwell on that. I want us to elaborate on that a bit. Then there's a second video where the chairperson of what's it called, what? Chairperson of what? Police committee. It's not police committee, man, but yeah, they're in charge of police in that side, eh? What is it called? Parliament. That man, Len, he spoke something very interesting. He says that people must follow the blueprint. People must do what KZN is doing. Yeah, guys. So it's funny that while other people want to bring him down, other people are actually uplifting him. That's the funny part about what I'm about to share with you. This is a very interesting dynamics in this whole thing. That others, they want him gone. But others are saying all the other provinces must come and learn from KZN. There's a video, a whole 1 minute something video of this guy. I'm looking at him here, of portfolio committee in Local. I'm looking at him here. There's a whole of, I think, close to 2 minutes where he elaborates how much Mkhwanazi is excelling at his job. He was there checking the things that Mkhwanazi has done in KZN. So I'm saying to myself, wait, it's funny how Mkhwanazi, or how other people are looking at Mkhwanazi and other people are saying, we want him out. And they are very determined to bring him out here. Don't think that the people that want to bring him out, oh, they are very much determined. I'm also, will tell you this for free. I'm very much determined. You know what I'm determined to do? Is that I'm determined that you should be doing this. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people. Because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, it is free of charge. To click the notification bell, it is free of charge. To share this video, it is free of charge. To watch this video until the end, it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads, it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the Super Thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Oh, okay. Now I want to take you into the video of Mkhwanazi. He spoke, being interviewed. He spoke about this conundrum, how much this affect him. And I could imagine, you know, it's like when you are told at work that you are facing disciplinary hearing, and during the time when, maybe that's the reason why before you face DC, you just get suspended, because you can never perform properly if you are facing disciplinary action or whatever you call it. What I'm basically saying is, Mkhwanazi is saying things along those lines to say, hey, it's difficult to perform at his best while there's this cloud hanging on over his head. He said it here.
I want your response to that. Yeah, well, I shouldn't talk much about our sister department. Whatever they said in the media, I guess perhaps they report to the Minister of Police, and the Minister of Police perhaps is the person that could be approved for such comment, or the director itself. I'm not going to comment about that. However, as a police officer myself, it's only painful if you work so hard and you risk your life in protecting the citizens. But at the same time, there's someone that is hovering over you, and trying to find the mistake that you do. People are going to make mistakes. Who never think that they do, and they need to be penalized for making the mistake. But if someone is going to deliberately go and look for a mistake on you, it then demoralizes you.
So, what do you make about that? I'm interested to hear your thought and your opinion about the fact that Mkhwanazi has Mkhwanazi has this thing, has this cloud hanging over his head. Yeah, that's it. Just I lost the ability to ken. Yeah, that's me. I probably lost the ability to ken, and I'm still trying to digest that. I'm still trying to understand that, and it just worries me, right? Then again, the chairperson of the portfolio committee, he decided that, you know what, I hear you guys talking about Mkhwanazi this, Mkhwanazi that, Mkhwanazi this, Mkhwanazi that, Mkhwanazi this, Mkhwanazi that. It's like, I think we should go down to KZN and let's see it for ourselves what he's doing. And when the man gets there, he was super impressed. Literally, he was super impressed. You think I'm joking? You think I'm making up stories? No. The man was speaking from, was it Inanda? I think it was Inanda. The man was on the floor, down and under, doing the right things, inspecting the ground as a chairperson, checking the work, Mkhwanazi, seeing if indeed it is as people will say it is, because other people are saying it's not working. So the man was on the ground and decided to say this.
Said, but we are like family here, and no one shied away from the issues that was presented in detail. We could see what the challenges are. We understand regarding vehicles, resource shortages, the sheer size of the area that needs to be policed. But from a portfolio committee point of view, it must be acknowledged that something is being done right to turn the tide here, and we can see that in some of the numbers. The fact that murder has decreased the way that it has over the last few months is significant, and it's important to acknowledge that. Just a few brief comments maybe in terms of community involvement. Also something that stood out, and I want to refer to this specifically regarding the committee's oversight work with regards to the combating of extortion. Over the last few days when we visited different areas, there was in some spaces a clear divide between communities working against crime and the police. Today it was a different story, and it was interesting because we could also hear more detailed and just about more successes regarding the combating of extortion. So I think there is a model here that seems to be turning the tide, and that should possibly be considered as a bit of a blueprint for how we can approach this. And then lastly, it's important that we start having more empathy for the circumstances in which police work. I don't think people understand always the circumstances and the challenges that police face. They don't understand the dangers of the job. And what I saw here today was a certain pride of the uniform and the badge, and it made me excited again to see the South African Police Service in the shape that it can actually be in. And I think we should encourage that, and I think we should support this type of station and the initiative being launched in larger parts of KwaZulu-Natal.
Okay, so then as we are getting towards the end of this video, what do you make about what other people are saying, considering the fact that this guy, no, guys, come here, go to KZN, go and learn. So Mkhwanazi, on the other hand, is saying, guys, if you want mistakes from a human being, you'll find them. That's Mkhwanazi. Chapasin, he's like, there are good things that are happening in KZN. So let's argue. For the sake of argument, not that it is exactly what I will say it now, but I'm just saying for the sake of argument. Let's say we want to say there are bad things that Mkhwanazi has done and the good things that Mkhwanazi has done too. What will you do if that was to be brought into the light? Will you just consider him as a bad person for the position, or you will look at the good that he has done and say, and put them in a probability scale and say which one outweighs which? And is that how you will make a decision? How will you make that decision? I'll tell you how I will make that decision. Number one, I will look at the bad things that Mkhwanazi has, that they would have revealed, as Ipid is basically investigating him. I'll look at the bad and I'll put them on a probability scale. And then I'll take the good and put them up on a probability scale. Once I'm done, I'll look at the scale. The scale, if it's balanced, if the bad and good are balanced, then I can fire Mkhwanazi. Because the bad must not be balanced. But if the good outweighs let's start with if the bad outweighs the good, I'll still fire him. So 2. If on the probability scale, the bad and good are equal, then I fire him. If on the probability scale, the bad outweighs the good, I fire him. But if on a probability scale, the good outweighs the bad, considering his track record and the things that he's doing, I'll keep him. Despite the bad things that I would have discovered, I'll keep him. That's how, personally, I would have made that decision. It's based on probability scale. It's a probability. It's no longer probability then, because we would have been faced with facts. It's not probability, it's facts. But it's a factual scale, because by then the Ipid would have given us an information on him, and because of that, then I will say, oh, so based on the facts on the table, he's been good here and here and here, and he's been bad. As I make an example, if Ipid were to find that as the scale, and I'm telling you this, I personally will definitely keep the man. That's according to me. So far, this is where the probability scale comes in. The previous one was a factual scale, but this one, it's a probability scale. So far, it looks, for me, from a distance, it looks like Mkhwanazi has more good things on a scale than bad things on a scale. So, because of that, I'll still rally behind him. I'll still favor him. When I say probability in terms of my last sentence, I'm simply saying, in every human being, there's something bad about that human being. It's a fact. And I always say, if you were to choose a wife, you're choosing a wife not because she's right, not because she's perfect, but because when you put her bad and the good characteristics on a scale, the good outweighs the bad, and you choose to focus on the good because the good outweighs the bad. And because of that, that's how we also get to live with our families. We do the same thing. The good must outweigh the bad, and thus we then say, okay, I can live with this. But once the bad and the good are weighing equally, you won't survive in any circumstances, be it at a work environment, job interview, anything, man. You cannot survive once the scale yaba equal. Bad and good yaba equal. Forget you can't survive. So personally, I would say that's how we live with our neighbors. You know what I'm saying? I always check on my estate. I've got one neighbor that is noisier than every one of us. You know. I'm going to talk about my estate, my neighbor and my estate. But yeah, that's how we get to live with people, generally. We look at the bad. The bad must never be equal with the good. The good must outweigh the bad. If it's the vice versa, it's just obvious. You must be fired. You must be let go in any environment. So that's personally how I would make the decision. That's how I will elevate the decision. How would you judge? How would you conclude that is Mkhwanazi worth keeping or worth firing? I don't know. Number 2, which is probably, I don't know, what am my last point? But this is another thing. Do you have the replacement of Mkhwanazi? It's one thing to fire somebody with a certain caliber and credibility or credential, but it's another thing to replace that person correctly. We have seen this with a team in KZN called Amazulu FC. They fired their coach which was Benny McCarthy, I think his win rate was 1.8 or 1.9 per game. Then they think whether they are progressing. They hire a coach whose win rate now was 1.6 per game. Few games they fire that coach, and they hire another coach whose win rate was 1.4 per game. They fire that one and they hire another one whose win rate was 1.0 win per game. Do you see the degenerates there? While you think when you're upgrading and you're downgrading, I'm just saying, it just happens. Go to another team is also in KZN. I'm saying, be careful of wanting to fire Mkhwanazi while you don't even have his replacement. We might replace Mkhwanazi with something that is horribly bad. So be careful of that. Do you have a replacement for Mkhwanazi? You must know how you're going to replace people of such credentials, people of such caliber, people of such experience, people of such boldness. You don't want to replace Mkhwanazi with somebody who's Yebo Baba, or see those leaders, who just easily bow down to pressure. No, we don't want that. We want a person that's gonna stand there vocally and make things happen. Nonetheless, let's make things happen, and probably God will only make things happen. Because for us to meet on the next video, it's only God that will make that happen. So you and I will meet on the next episode. But until that next episode, please take care.